What's a good chat? Are we live? Oh yeah, we're live. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Good chat. What's good chat? Boom. All right. We gotta see who actually wants to get shredded, right? Who's serious about it? Who's seriously ready to lock in, reach that goal, right? The most important thing you gotta do is just set that realistic goal, depending on what body fat you're at and what body fat you're trying to get to. So if we look right here, you can see if you lock in, if you're 170 pounds and you're trying to get to 12% body fat, it would take you 11 to 8 weeks. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Who's trying to lose their body fat? Lose the stubborn love handles, the last layer of the belly fat. Where do you think you're at compared to these pictures right here? Me personally, I think I was around 20%, and then in 5 months got to 10, 12%. Was able to drop 30 pounds, right? Uh, Locked in, baby. Locked in. So it can happen pretty fast, right? If you just stick with the calorie deficit, the weight training, the cardio, everything you know you need to do, it can happen pretty fast as long as you stay consistent with a plan that's working. 6'5", 213. Okay, Blake, if you had to say what body fat are you at right now? Like judging from these pictures, where do you think you're at? Like which one do you think you're closest to? Because with your body fat, I can put that in and then I can figure out how long it takes. All right. So let's say you're 213, 18, trying to get to 12. 12 is a pretty good goal, I'd say. Like that's when your abs really start popping out. You look crazy. So boom. Only 21 weeks. 21 weeks, if you go slow, that's pretty safe. You're going to, like, ideally, you're going to maintain a lot of muscle from doing this. 1%, 0.75%, still good. It's faster, but there's a chance you could lose more muscle if you're not careful with progressively overloading. So that's not bad at all. 11 to like 21 weeks. Do you think you got it though? Do you think you can make it happen, Blake? That's the real question. You're on 2,700 calories a day. Maintenance is 3,500, 3,600. Damn. Perfect. Let's go. And have you been losing weight from that already? From just doing the 2,700 calories? Because if you have, keep doing it, right? It's working. Xander, you're 18, you're 6 feet, and you're 20%. What weight are you, Xander? Perfect. Then, yeah, then just keep doing what you're doing. Harry, you're 70 kg. What's the goal, Harry? Like, what are you trying to get to? 70 kg. How many is that in pounds? Probably like 140 or so, right? 154. 154 pounds. You're 215, Xander. If you're 215, you're 20% body fat. Let's say you want to get to 12. Boom. It's gonna take you 26 to 7. I would follow this right here, like 17 weeks. That's probably the best bet. So as long as you start now, you could get to your goal 17 weeks. Xander, are you tracking calories or weight training? Do you have a plan? That's the most important thing, right? You gotta have the plan. Time to lock in till December. If I do 30 minutes a day of cardio on a lean bulk, could I stay pretty lean? 100%. That'll definitely help. But like, Yeah, the main thing is your diet, right? You want to make sure your lean bulk is just 2 to 500 calories above your maintenance. You know, you want to monitor your weight too. When I've done bulks in the past and I gained like 4 pounds, 3 pounds a month, it was a lot. But this last time I did 2 pounds a month, I stayed way more lean. So that's what I would do when you're lean bulking. I would just take it slow. Don't try to gain a whole bunch of weight too quickly. 2 pounds a month can be pretty good. You know, maybe if you're a skinny guy, you're a hard gainer, you could gain weight more quickly. Especially if you're a newbie lifter as well. But if you've been like very experienced, yeah, I would say around that 2 pounds a month mark. You're at 2,800 calories. Okay, good stuff. Josh, are you getting stronger in the gym and are you slowly gaining over time? What is the chart showing? The chart is showing the rate of loss, right? Rate of fat loss right here, and how long it takes. So this will tell you what weight you need to be at your, goal body fat, and how long it's gonna take to get there. It's the food. Ah, got you. You got a puffy. That's the hardest part to lose, right? It's the stubborn belly fat. It's those last couple abs, right? That's where most people store it. So it's just gonna take a little bit more work to get there. Um, have you been tracking calories before, Xander? And if you are, that will help a ton. But also the food you have is, pretty important as well. You can still eat fast food, get to your goal. And I've got a full nutrition guide breaking down the best foods to have if you want to build muscle, lose fat. If you're interested, Xander, message me on Instagram and I can send you the full nutrition guide because it explains what macros to have and what foods to have as well. Hey, if any of you guys want this guide as well, here, hit me up on Instagram. You've been gaining, but the body dysmorphia. Oh, that is the worst part about. Well, it's the worst part about bulking? Face fat. Like if you look at this picture, um, you can see like honestly, I don't care too much about losing abs. I mean, it's annoying, but the face fat. Everybody can see it. Everybody can see your face fat. Um, yeah, so that is tough. But if you're lean bulking, you should still have visible abs. I took it a little too far. I started binge eating, right? And I had to cut down. But if you lean bulk properly, there's no need to go like past 20%. Not at all. Where do I find this link? Message me on Instagram. Just DM me. It's the same thing as this. It's bryn.bertag. And then I can send you over this link here and you can test it out for yourself if you're interested. I did a horrible cut. I hardly ate protein. I lost 8 to 10 pounds of muscle. Any tips? Yeah, that definitely happens if you starve yourself and you drop your calories down too low. Best thing to do, be in a slight deficit, 2 to 500 deficit. Make sure you're sleeping properly. Like that's huge. What happened to me was when I did that before, I couldn't sleep. I would literally be sleeping thinking about food, and uh, it was terrible for gains. So just eat more, still be in a deficit, eat more, but also focus on progressive overload. You want to time your meals properly as well, right? If you're having carbs before and after training, 100% gonna help get you a better pump, more energy in the gym. As you were going from 19 to 21, you looked worse. You're right. You're right. You know why? Because you're in that flat stage. Uh, that's the middle stage before you get diced, and that you're in that flat, and you're still kind of feeling fat because you have less carbs, so you're not gonna get really good pumps in the gym, but you're also still not shredded yet. Once you get past that stage, whew, it's worth it, man. It's worth it. Once you get past that stage, you lose that last little bit of belly fat, you look crazy. So it's definitely worth it. 100%. Um, Abdel, what's your goal? Are you cutting right now? I've also I also think not sleeping is killing my gains. It's the hardest one, man. It's the hardest one to lock in. You got to find a consistent bedtime, you know? Lock it in. That's the best way to get better sleep. Lock it in. Don't watch too much blue light before bed, and you can dial in the sleep, right? Do you eat bread on the cut? I do, okay, sometimes. Here's the thing. Recently, I made the switch from rice to sweet potatoes, just because I feel way more full, right? It makes sense. A lot of the time, people get too hungry on the cut. It's because they're not having enough fiber, right? But when you have more fiber, when you eat like sweet potatoes, fruit, oatmeal's cool. Oatmeal's good too. Yeah, I would just go for more fiber. You have more fiber, it's gonna be a lot easier to cut. Hey man, I was 300, now I'm 223. Damn, you're kind of stuck. Do you have any advice? Much appreciated. Got you. Okay, well that is very impressive. What Noah? What have you been doing currently? Have you tried calories? Are you weightlifting currently? Those will have the biggest effects for sure. Yo, so I lost 40 pounds in order to join the army, and according to their formula, I only lost 1% of body fat. What? Only 1%? I feel like if you lose 40 pounds, yeah, you're gonna lose a lot more than just 1%. No way. No way. Unless you just lost all muscle. But how do they test that? Yeah, no, I don't. And the thing is, it's very hard to test your body fat. It's very hard to get it accurate. You know, the best way to go is a DEXA scan, and that's why I tell people just to eyeball by looking at this. Because the DEXA scan costs money. It's kind of hard, but this, by eyeballing, you can give yourself a pretty good estimate. Um, if you're not sure, you can message me on Instagram, and I'll take a look at it, and I'll give you my best guess on what body fat you're at. If you're curious, but they tape waist it. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I mean, if you're measuring your waist and your waist is getting smaller, that's a really good sign you're losing, belly fat around or losing the love handles. When do you know if you've plateaued if I don't weigh myself? Okay, well, there's your issue. You got to be weighing yourself, right? Why not weigh yourself? It's only going to give you more data. It's only going to help more. But if you don't have a scale or something, look in the mirror. Look in the progress pictures. Like if it's been 2 weeks, that's the thing. It's kind of hard to see difference in the mirror, from just 2 weeks. That's why the scale is pretty handy. But you want to look at both. You want to look at the scale weight and you want to look at the pictures in the mirror. If you don't feel like you're getting leaner after 2 weeks, so you probably want to make a change. You're probably in a plateau. How often? When I would do it every day, every single day, weigh yourself, and the reason why, it holds you accountable. Now, your weight can fluctuate a lot. I'll be up 2 pounds one day randomly, and then 2 pounds down the next day. The main thing is you look at the weekly trend. Overall, at the end of the week, have you lost 1 to 2 pounds? If you have, boom, you're doing good. How do I send it to you? Message me on Instagram. Yeah, you can't send pictures on TikTok, but you can send anything on Instagram. So if you message me there, I'll check it out and I'll take a look. It's Bryn.Birdtag. Same thing as here. I'll show you. Right here, boys. Bryn.Birdtag. Yeah, shoot me DM here. Right after the live, I'll check it out. Same thing if you want this worksheet as well, or a nutrition guide, I can send it over. Is cutting 1,000 pounds in 2 months good? 1,000 pounds? Bro, are you like the Lizzo? Like, how is that? That's insane. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. You'll lose all your gains if you cut 1,000 pounds. They put you at 31. Rev, RTV Peppa, what body fat are you aiming to get to if you're at 25 right now? My body been holding hella water, been plateauing for 1.5 weeks, been going up and down, but no new lows. Okay. Interesting. What have you been doing so far? Have you been tracking calories and weight training? Like what calories are you at? Because most likely you're gonna wanna either drop calories, increase steps. Hey, what's going on, Ryan? Ryan, how you been doing, bro? Have you upped the calories? Are you feeling more energized? Are you gaining more strength on the cut? That's the way to go, right? Can't starve. Anybody can starve and get a six pack, but it's not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to look like a Greek god, right? To look like a movie star. To look like who's the most aesthetic movie star? If we had to say most jacked aesthetic movie star. Christian Bale. Batman is up there for sure. Who else is good? Chris Hemsworth. Henry Cavill. Yeah, Henry Cavill's top tier. Right? You're not gonna be able to get to Henry Cavill physique if your calories are too low. He went through a serious bulk. That's what it takes. You got to build your foundation at some point to get to that. If you want to get to that level, been at 1K, tracking everything. Lost 25 pounds, but not moving right now. Okay, that sounds like your calories are too low. 1,000. That's insane. Abdel, what's your weight and height? It doesn't make sense to go any lower than that. Like, yeah, right now your metabolism has adapted to that amount, so your body is used to it. So if you want to get out of the plateau, you're gonna want to do a diet break. Your maintenance is 3,400. Wait, if your maintenance is 3,400, why are you eating 1,000 calories? That's insane. That's crazy. Sounds like you're in too steep of a deficit. I would imagine your strength probably is taking a hit too. So what I would do is slowly work your way back up to maintenance without gaining weight if you can. All right, so probably you want to increase your calories by 200 each week. You're still progressing. You're still progressing even though you're on 1,000 calories. That's crazy. Okay, bumped the calories back up, and I still lost 4 pounds. Let's go. Good stuff, Brian. Ryan, how many calories are you at right now? Follow. Okay, Abdel, you got to follow Ryan's method. He literally did it, right? He's bumping up his calories, and he's losing weight. You're at 1.9K. You were at 1.2K. Yeah, just take it slow. 200 increases each week. 200 increases each week. It was gonna be, a good amount for sure. Just monitor your weight. If you're gaining too much. The thing is, since you're still gonna be in a deficit, you're at 1,000. You add 200, you're still in a deficit. So I'm guessing you're gonna get even leaner and bigger with as you raise your calories up. DEXA scan, guys, said my body fat is 97%. What? How? That doesn't make sense. Jack Paul? You mean Jake Paul? Jake Paul isn't that jacked, I'm going to be honest. Logan Paul is more jacked, but Jake Paul is like a million times better boxer. He's way more athletic. I don't know. Henry Cavill is top tier, though. I would lie. And who else? Chris Hemsworth. Um, Superman, right? Or what am I saying? Captain America. Captain America, pretty aesthetic, and you can get that naturally for sure. If you want a Captain America physique, 100% doable. Same thing with Henry Cavill. Now, I wonder if those guys are actually natural. That's the real question. How to bump up? Yeah, slowly bump up 200 calories each week. This is what I did after the reverse diet. Like after I did a bodybuilding show, Uh, I was at like 1,300 calories at my lowest. After the show, went to 2,000. Started getting leaner. Then the next week after that, went to about like 2,500. Still getting leaner. Because I'm still in deficit because my maintenance is about, what was it? About 3,000 or so. So as long as you slowly work up your calories, you get to the point where you're back at maintenance. Boom, you cut again, you'll get shredded. Henry Cavill, no way, natty. I, ooh, that's a hard one to tell. Is Henry Cavill natty or not? Let me ask ChatGPT. You spell that right? No proof. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I know Reacher. If you guys know Jack Reacher, he is 100% not natty. But he also has elite genetics at the same time. Bicep flex? You want to see me bicep flex? Hey, yo, pause. Brian, message me on Instagram if you want to see the bicep growth. Pause. Brian, what's the goal for you, though? How lean do you need to get, Ryan? What weight do you need to be at? What split are you running? I'm running a push-pull. Great question. I'm doing something differently now. Basically, it's an upper, then it's a lower, then it's rest day, then it's push day, then it's back day, then it's shoulders, biceps, and legs. So I'm hitting everything twice a week. Hitting everything twice a week in 5 days. I'm sure like it's a pretty customized split. And the reason why I did it like that is to make sure I could hit shoulders more frequently because shoulders I find are very like they make you aesthetic. When you want to get big, like when you want to just have this crazy physique, you gotta have huge shoulders, and that one is pretty hard to grow. Like chest for me, I'm lucky I have good chest genetics, but shoulder genetics could be better. I need wider clavicles, right? So I'm hitting shoulders twice a week, and yeah, no, it definitely is fun. It's a nice switch up. I just started it too. I'm gonna continue it. I'll update you guys on how the progress goes. Because before that, I was lifting 4 days a week, doing boxing twice, and it was just a lot of impact on my body. So I'd rather do more lifting, little bit. I'm still gonna do boxing, just gonna do it not as long and on the rest day. So managing the recovery, like that's super important. If you're doing cardio and things like that, you got to make sure you're recovering properly. If you do the wrong type of cardio, it could hold you back. It could hold you back in the gym. But it depends on your ultimate goals. Same thing with fat loss too. Like some types of cardio makes it harder to lose fat. You know, that high intensity cardio, it's a lot on your body, a lot to recover from. Yo, bro, came here a few months ago telling you I'm at 95. Now you're at 105. Wait, are you saying you gained weight? And kill. Are you saying you got bigger? Was that your goal? If that was your goal, good stuff. But if you were trying to lose weight and you gain weight, that would be ass. I'm at 20% now. How much weight do I have to lose? What's your weight? Let's go. Let's go. And Kalev. Let's go if I'm saying that right. Love to see it, bro. What helped the most? Was it just eating more? Eating in that calorie surplus? That's really what it takes. Owen, what weight are you though? Because if you tell me your weight, oh fuck, it wasn't your goal. Oh shit, I read that wrong. Damn, you gotta lock in, man. You gotta lock in. Now's the time, right? Oh, okay, okay, okay. What are you doing now? What's the plan? How you gonna lock in? How you gonna get there? Are you tracking calories and weight training? That will be the biggest thing. I can help you out figure out, how many calories you need. You're 161 pounds, 5'8", mostly muscle, little so much fat. Okay, got you. 161. Let's say you want to get to 12, or yeah, I'll say 12. So to go from 20% to 12%, this would take you anywhere. I would follow this, so somewhat aggressive in the middle, but not too aggressive where you're gonna like lose all your gains. 17 weeks. 17 weeks. I typically recommend 1 to 2 pounds. So this is about a pound per week. This is about in the middle. So 17 weeks is pretty realistic. That's how long. Did you just start, Owen? Like, did you just start on the cut? Bro, I'm trying to cut bread sugar and do 4 minute cut. That is insane. That's crazy. 40. You're starting with that. That's so much. Um, on Oncolave, Oncolave. Are you weight training? Because you want to prioritize weight training over cardio. It'll boost your metabolism. It'll make it more easier to lose weight, and you'll also just look better. You'll be more toned. You'll have more muscle mass. You'll look bigger, more defined. You'll be able to eat more food while you lose weight if you weight train. That's why it's top tier. Started 3 weeks ago, hard cut, but it's weird. One day I'll be up 150, then go straight to suit. Wow, that's a pretty big weight fluctuation. Like normally, like 2 pounds, that's pretty normal. Maybe you would get a 4 pound. I mean, I rarely get that. But to fluctuate from 10 pounds, that's insane. Do you think do you think you're changing your diet, or do you stick with like the same consistent foods, or do you change randomly? Owen, what would you say? Send you a DM. Uzair, did you message me on Instagram? If you message me on Instagram, I'll check it out. On TikTok, I don't check my TikTok DMs all the time, but on Instagram, 100% see it. Oh, you sent it on Instagram? Perfect. Yeah, if any of you guys want this guide or you want a nutrition guide, hit me up there. I can send it over. All right, because not only do calories matter, the food matters too. If you're hitting the protein goal, you're only eating 700 calories a day. What? That is not enough. Oh, and are you weight training? If I were you, like here, look. Now this is just an estimate. Yeah, I would follow this. 2,200 calories. 2,200 calories. And get that up there. Don't know how to track calories? DM me. I have a full tutorial on how to use MyFitnessPal. That's the best place to go. It's easy. You just gotta download it. It's completely free. You gotta test it out. You don't have to track calories forever. But like, yeah, it's the best place. Here, the reason why tracking calories is so important is because it allows you to see if you're overeating or undereating. It allows you to see if you're adding in a hidden sauce somewhere. It allows you to see if you're put too much creamer in your coffee. You know, those sneaky calories, they add up. Yeah, and it's hard to tell without tracking. Thoughts on Retatrutide? Now, I know a lot of people taking Retatrutide and they're getting really great results, but you're also not natty if you take Retatrutide. You're also have to it costs money, and you have to pin that in your stomach, and you have to get the dosage right. You know, every single week. So for me personally, I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather thug it out, do it the natural way. You know, manage my fiber intake, hit my protein goal. You can feel pretty full from that. But if you don't care about your natural status, you don't care about spending some extra money, take Retatrutide, whatever. I wouldn't recommend it though. I would stay natty. Bench is at 185. Good stuff. Okay, Owen, would you say you're getting weaker or stronger recently? Like, has it gone down or has it stayed the same? If it stayed the same, that's cool. If your strength is going down, your calories again would say stronger. Okay, stronger while eating. That's impressive. Same thing with you though. I still would recommend increasing calories because where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go when you're on 700 calories, right? You can't really cut from there. You're already on the lowest you could like. It doesn't make sense to go to 500. It doesn't make sense to just go lower and lower. I don't even know how you're doing that, to be honest. I was dying on 1300 calories. You're on a test booster. Are you taking testosterone? Or is it a natural test booster? Like if I were you, I would slowly work. I would follow that guy. I would slowly work your way up to, 2,200 calories ideally. Get you more strength. Natural pill. Okay. Interesting. Is that helping? Have you noticed a difference from that? I find that most of them are basically a scam. You know, there's certain ones, like for instance, ashwagandha, that helps with your stress. That can help. You know, I've taken it, but to be honest, I didn't even notice like a huge big difference from it. I would stick with the basics. You know, magnesium. Interesting. Okay. What type? What was the name of it? Do you remember the name of that testosterone supplement? I'm guessing it has something like ashwagandha or tonga elite. Uh, boron is good, but like ideally, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I find that the main things that'll help you the most is your nutrition, sleep, and training, and stress management. That's the real way to boost your testosterone. It's not easy, but that's what it really takes, right? And you can get a lot of the things you need, like for instance, zinc, vitamin D. You can get that from food majority, and then you don't even need like if you have sardine or if you have a lot of fish in your diet, then you don't need to take a fish oil. So I try and get everything from food for the most part, and then I take a couple. That way I don't have to take as many supplements. But yeah. Oh, and what do you think? Are you gonna bump up your calories? Running 3 miles every I so mostly the weight is keep going up. You're running 3 miles every day? Yeah, 100% could be what okay, awesome stuff. Hey, that's dope. Low key, that hits different sometimes, I bet. Running at night. But Owen, are you gonna bump up the calories? Is that your plan? Because I'm telling you, man, I think that's gonna help the most with your weight loss and everything. With training and getting leaner, building muscle, it's gonna help. I would go even higher. I would try and get back up to 2400 ideally, and then go back down. And if you're interested as well, I've got a full nutrition guide breaking down the best foods to have. Oh, and do you have Instagram? because I could really, I think that would help a ton. What's going on, Daniel? Daniel, are you locked in? Are you cutting or bulking at the moment? Slay King, that's crazy. 1500 is not bad, but it's still like pretty low. Like I put in you in, and it was like that's aggressive. That's pretty aggressive, I'd say. Even still for your weight. If you get back up to 2020, and the thing is, you would get so much stronger too. Like you'll get stronger and leaner while slowly raising your calories. You're cutting. Let's go, Daniel. What's the goal? What weight and body fat are you at now, and what are you trying to get to? Can an injury make you hold more water weight? For sure. Yeah, I mean, so many things can cause water weight, right? Like doing some hard cardio or having artificial sweeteners that could spike some water weight. Having, just extra carbs, tons of stuff. More stress, tons of stuff. So yeah, you don't want to worry too much about that. Creatine even causes water weight. It's just like the weekly trend. That's what's important. Not the daily fluctuations. It's easy to get caught up with that. The scale only says so much. Progress pics, because like the ultimate goal is not weight loss, right? We're trying to look like a Greek god. We're trying to look like an elite movie star. We're aiming for aesthetics. So the number on the scale doesn't always say everything. Currently 195, 14%, 180, 280 calories. Let's go. That sounds really good. Got you. Yeah, Owen, message me on Instagram. I'll follow you back, and then I'll take a look. I'll check it out. But yeah, if you're 14% right now on 2800, that's really good because you're still at a high amount of food. Daniel, have you been dropping weight from doing that? Cutting at 1500 calories, weighing all the food, but my weight won't go down. Ooh. Are you still staying active? Are you still able to walk? But I would say, again, your calories are probably too low, you know? If you cut too much lower, it's going to be pretty difficult to... Perfect. Incline treadmill, top tier. That's one of the best. Are you weightlifting? Or does the injury stop you from doing that? Does jogging burn muscle? No, it doesn't. It doesn't burn muscle. You can absolutely jog and still gain muscle for sure. You just want to manage your recovery properly, right? If you do a full-on marathon and you try and hit a PR in the gym, like you're just going to be exhausted. All right? So ideally, if you're doing running, make sure it's low intensity, not like all out. And try and split it up. Try not to do a run right before weightlifting. Try and do a run either in the morning, like sometimes fasted, or later at night. What Owen's doing, fighting demons at night. That's the way to go. Running, yeah. And that's the way I would structure it. But if you're really worried about killing your gains, just do incline treadmill or something like that. Something low key. I have been tracking calories, but I've been up 4 pounds a month while training, getting mostly muscle. Good stuff, man. Yeah. When you're bulking, it's not as important. But cutting is definitely more important to track calories. You got to be careful there. I mean, yeah, with bulking, you want to monitor your weight, make sure you're not gaining too much, and you'll be chilling. Bet, Owen, I'll check it out. You got a disc hernia? Oh, damn. So you can't train legs. At least you have a valid excuse, right? At least you have a valid excuse to skip training legs. Well, here's the thing, Joe, is your upper body still getting stronger, or are you getting weaker in the gym? Yeah, that is tough. Can still have a massive upper body. Just wear sweatpants. They'll never know. They'll never know if you have small legs. Most important thing is the upper body. Bro, for cutting veggie mixes, ready in 2 minutes. You can have so much volume and problems, so I'll make it easy. 100%. I have vegetables every single night for dinner. It's so much volume, fills you up. Top tier. What ab exercise? I like to do hang and lay raises and decline crunches. Those are my favorite. Uh, Sometimes cable crunches too, like with the weight. That can be good. But yeah, I do that like twice a week. Try and progressive overload. That's it. I was talking to a guy earlier. He was telling me he was doing like 100 leg lifts, 100 crunches. Like, bro, that's not how it works. It's not gonna. You're not gonna lose the love handles that way. Unless you're doing it to condition your abs, there's no point to do like 100 crunches a day. It's you like you build them like you build every other muscle. Reveal them in the kitchen. Is it true that shredded arms look bigger even though they may be? Yeah, 100%. Because you have more definition, and two, like you're not gonna have many bicep veins when you're all fluffy and bulked up. When you cut down, you get super vascular. Though that feels good. That feels good when you get the bicep vein popping, right? It's one of the best parts about cutting. You see more vascularity, and you can look bigger if you do it right. You don't starve yourself. You can definitely look bigger while you cut down for sure. I was wondering if I'm gaining mostly muscle, is it possible to gain 4 pounds of muscle in a month? Definitely. If you're a newbie lifter as well, it's doable. More experience, it's gonna be really, really hard. Really hard to do that. Um, yeah, but I would be careful though because 4 pounds is like that's on the upper end. You could be on putting on mostly body fat. Really depends how you're looking in the mirror. So I look at that as well. Never been shredded before? Jose, when is it gonna happen? Do you want it to happen? Are you willing to make the sacrifices? There aren't too many sacrifices you have to make. But yeah, it definitely does take some work if you want to get shredded. I think it's worth it though. I think it's worth it to experience. I think ideally 12%, 10 or like 15 is more realistic. It's more comfortable. Like this guy right here, this dude who's 8%, unless he is elite genetics, he's struggling. He is in the trenches. You don't want all those bad side effects of getting shredded. It can be fun if you're competing, but to live with that forever, constant hunger, fatigue, shitty workouts, bad sleep, not worth it. Start a mini cut, let's go. What did you do when you hit a plateau when cutting? I would either decrease calories by 200 or increase steps. Maybe increase cardio, but I would also rather increase steps and cardio before dropping calories because the lower your calories goes, the lower your calorie goes, the more of a chance you could lose your muscle mass. The more of it, like the harder your workouts are gonna be. When you have more food, more fuel, you can have better workouts. So I'd rather do more cardio before dropping the calories. Become more athletic, become more physically fit. Yeah. But also, the food you have matters too, right? Like if you're having more whole foods, you're gonna feel better. You're gonna be more full. But you can still eat fast food at the same time, as long as you're getting those high protein meals. Persia, do you have Instagram? Because if you're interested, I could send you this full nutrition guide breaking down the best foods to have while you're cutting down. It makes a huge difference if you hit the right macros and you have that flexibility. You know, making sure you have all your favorite foods in the cut. I don't recommend having chicken, rice, and broccoli. Like, here and there, totally. But if you get bored of it, you don't have to go with chicken, rice, and broccoli. I'd even say beef is going to be better. Some things like beef, salmon, eggs, because it has more micronutrients. So you'll end up feeling better. If you have chicken and egg whites, yes, it's leaner, it's less calories, but not as many micronutrients. You know, the typical bodybuilding diet, you'll get shredded, but you won't feel the best. I'm telling you, man, with those more micronutrients, and somebody was telling me the other day, oh, isn't having like too many eggs bad? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, though. The eggs, the vitamin D, it's gonna help your testosterone, your hormones, hormonal health, huge. If you keep the hormones in check, cutting is more fun, more enjoyable. Can I fix a rib flare with training abs and obliques? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I've never had a rib flare like that before. Not sure. Yeah, so I would recommend either stretching or doing something else. Interesting. I'm lucky I've never had that. Hopefully, how does that even happen? How do you even get a rib flare? That's crazy. I will say though, oh, got you. So does it come down to mostly genetics? I've had some back pain before. I've had some foot pain. I've had biggest problem. I've gotten lucky. I've gotten lucky with lifting, with the injuries. I will say. Got you, bro. Man, the ways I've injured myself is dumb shit. Like literally just tripping in socks. It's not from like benching crazy, lifting crazy. It's always from the dumbest stuff. That's how I've gotten injured. But yeah, if any of you guys are interested, like I said, making sure you actually get to your goal, right? Because 6 months could fly by just like that. If it's been already a couple months and you haven't made the change, something's got to change. So if you need help with dropping 20, 30 pounds in 90 days or 6 months, and you want to get on a tailored plan to fast track your progress, click the first link in my bio to apply for one-on-one coaching. If you're serious and you're truly motivated, if you've got more questions, hit me up on Instagram. I can help with anything like that. Uh, yep, Jose. That's why I'm training shoulders 3 times a week. That's why you got to hit those shoulders. If you don't, your physique won't look as impressive, right? But I appreciate the support, boys. We're ending it here. Peace, chat. Boom.